second. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's post-game press conference with Dallas Wings head coach Vicki Johnson. If you have any questions for head coach Johnson, please use the raise your hand feature, and we will go in the order that the questions are received. First, we're going to go to Dorothy Gentry. Dorothy, go ahead and ask your question.
I'm sorry, can you hear me? Okay. Yes. Hi, Coach. Talk a little bit about your struggles tonight. You know, shots, of course, not falling. You guys started to close the gap a little bit on that 3 from Satu, but just talk a little bit about, you know, needing to get the defense going until, you know, the offense would get going. I mean, just talk about what you saw tonight.
Well, our starters got off to a slow start. Enrique didn't score into the third quarter.
Right.
We have to do better. We can't allow our offense to dictate our defense. We have to be ready to play. And then Minnesota shot over 50% from the field compared to our 31%. So we have to shoot the ball better, and we have to defend.
Alicia, tonight she seemed to, you know, she had the ball in her hands a little bit more, and then helped open up the offense. You know, she was also helping on the defensive end. Talk about her play. And then also, what did you do halftime to get them going, especially Enrique in the third quarter?
Gray rose to the challenge. She needed to see the ball go in and get her rhythm. So I'm very proud of her for that. One thing I told the team they have to stand up to the challenge at halftime. And we have to stop thinking about ourselves and think about the team as a whole. And just go out and compete. And we have 20 minutes and compete hard on both sides of the basketball.
Last question. Would you like to see, you know, Satu maybe, you know, shoot more threes or pass, you know, if she doesn't have a good look? How do you want her to kind of utilize that shot that she's, you know, developing?
Well, it's just the flow of the game. I mean, I'm not out there with her, so I can't dictate her shot. If she has a three, she can take it. If not, she can drive or she can cut to the basket. It's just the flow of the game. She just has to read and react to the defense. So whichever way she feels comfortable is fine with me. Whatever's best for the team. That's what I want her to do.
What's your focus between now and Saturday?
Watch a lot of film, see where we can get better, and then come back with a lot of energy. Preparation is very important on both sides of the basketball. And maybe simplify our defense to a degree where they can just be free and just play basketball. One thing we can't allow is a team to come in and be more aggressive than us at home, you know, and so we have to make sure we take care of that because we don't want that to be our MO. Let's play them aggressive and we'll fall, we'll fold. So.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we're going to go to Ariana Vedia. Ariana, go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, Coach. It was Satu's first, you know, home game after the bubble and the qualifiers. How do you think she played today? Or how do you feel she played today?
I thought she did fine. She made a couple shots, but overall, I thought she played fine. Of course, we want her to get her minutes up, but overall, I thought she played fine.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions for Coach Johnson?
I do have another one, Andrew, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
I know, Coach, you've talked about Enrique, you know, being a leader of the team and how you need her to, you know, be there vocally as well as, you know, on the court. Rough first half, of course, for her. Did the team kind of go the way that she went? Because when the third quarter opened up, all of a sudden, it's like she just got on fire. And then you guys began to close the gap some. And then everybody kind of started, you know, helping to close that gap. So is it how she went the first quarter that set the tone?
I wouldn't put that pressure on Enrique. You know,
Okay.
as a whole, we're responsible for our individual goals, role on the team. It does help that she's more aggressive, making shots. But she's our leader, you know, but it doesn't mean it's not about scoring. It's about the defensive part of it as well. You know, we have two great shooters in Enrique and Mabry. I think the first half, they were 0 for 11 or something like that, which is unheard of, you know. So Enrique got it going. Like I said earlier, she didn't get to score. She didn't score into the third quarter. But she still wound up with 20, and we still have 4 people in double figures. So we're very capable of doing great things. But the game is 40 minutes. We got to play for 40 minutes.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Next, I think we're going to go back to Ariana. Ariana, do you have another question for Coach?
Yeah, touching on that, you know, Mabry's been, you know, pretty big for you all season, and they held her to nothing tonight. What's it like she's got to work on to, you know, go against this Minnesota team?
Nothing, just she has to get her feet set. She has to understand spacing in a sense, but she'll be fine. Mabry's she's a warrior. There's no way I can bet my check that she won't go 0 for 9, 0 for 8 on Saturday.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Coach. Give us just a minute and we will be right back with Satu Sabli, Arike Agumbawale, and Kayla Thornton. Thanks, y'all. Next up, we are joined by Wings forward Satu Sabli. If you have any questions for Satu, please use the raise your hand feature and we will go in the order that the questions are received. First question is submitted via the chat. It's your first game in College Park Center. What did you think of the atmosphere and what do you think the home fans bring to your play?
The fans were amazing. They were really cheering us loud on when we had our runs. They gave us the extra kick. I'm glad that we saw so many people out there. I'm glad that I was able to finally play here, and thank you to everyone that came and supported us until the last minute, really.
Thank you very much. Next, we are going to go to Dorothy Gentry. Dorothy, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Satu. Thanks for your time. I know it wasn't the home opening that you wanted, but you know, a good part of tonight, the shots just weren't falling. Can you talk a little bit about, you know, playing that full 40 minutes? You know, you guys started closing the gaps. You know, you hit a 3 that kind of started a run going. Just talk about the mentality and the poise of the team to hang in there after the first quarter. The first half, really.
Yeah, I think we need to really erase that first quarter because we played terrible. Our grind wasn't hard enough. They really played harder than us, and they consistently played harder than us throughout the game. And with those runs that came, I mean, really, it's normal in basketball that there are ups and downs, but it's hard for us to come back every single time. I'm glad that we were still able to, you know, close it down to 12 points or 10 points. I don't even know right now, but I think we need to focus on next game, and we'll do better than that. We know that they play aggressive, that they close our passing lanes, and we just need to really step up, put our chests out, and play hard against them, and not let them do whatever they want on defense as well.
Taking those threes, is that like a habit that, you know, that you can kind of get more into? You know, sometimes you'll pull it down, other times you'll make a pass. Is it just, I asked Coach about this, the flow of the game and how you're feeling out there on the court?
Yeah, definitely. I need to just feel the threes. I'm still getting into my rhythm here. It's definitely different. And I think that throughout the season, I'll definitely be able to shoot either more threes or whatever my team needs. I'm not the kind of person that's hunting threes out here, but whatever comes, I'll take. And if the driving lanes are open, I'm going to drive. If the three's open, I'm going to shoot it. But it really all depends on what the team needs right now and what I feel comfortable with doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy. Next, we're going to go to Ariana Vedia. Ariana, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi. On a positive note, you guys kind of, closed the gap a lot in that third quarter. What clicked for you? What clicked for the team?
We realized that we had to play hard, and we finally did. We finally got onto a little run because we executed on our offense. We played hard. Enrique got very important buckets, and it's just important for us to know that we can't have those lapses where, again, after our run, they score 10 points or and we go on a complete scoring drought. We need to be more disciplined on offense, and that's what happened on our runs. We finally got stops on defense, and we're able to run the lanes, push the ball down the floor. This is our game, and we need to continuously play it. But for that, we need to play defense first and get those stops and go.
And back to what Dorothy was saying, it's, your first game at College Park Center. I talked to a fan earlier that's been waiting to see you play since you were like playing college ball. She was up all night anxious for the game, like she was about to play. What was the night like for you getting ready for your first, home opener or first home game?
I was excited. I always loved playing in the arena for the first time. And I don't know, like today in walkthrough, I was super excited to imagine the fans day. And when we walk outside, that they're cheering us on. When your name is being called, that they cheer you on. And it means a lot to me. Whoever that fan was, thank you for your support. I appreciate every single one. And I think it's great that we're able to play in front of fans again, because last year was a tough grind in the just dead arena. And I'm so happy that we're able to play in front of everyone.
And I saw you kind of taking passes from Coach Johnson earlier, like before the game. As a lefty, how much has she helped improve your game?
Yeah, I mean, I missed a couple free throws today, but I think she's definitely worked on my free throws with me because I feel a little more balanced. I feel more balanced on my shots, and last year was just not my shooting year at all. And this year I feel more confident in setting my feet right and pulling my arm long. And I think that she's doing a great job with me. I mean, she worked with Asia Wilson before, so I'm definitely listening to what she's teaching me. And I think that she's a great coach who can teach me a lot of fundamentals that I will get to know more and more throughout the season. We haven't had a lot of practices in individual sessions yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I think it's great. I mean, she's a lefty too, so the footwork is the same, and the way of motion is the same as well. Since, I don't know, I think lefties just play a little or move a little different on their shot too.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all. Do we have any other questions for Satu? All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Satu. Hey guys, if you can just give us a quick minute, we will be right back with Kayla Thornton and Enrique Gumbwali. Thanks, y'all. All right, next up, we are joined by Wings veteran Kayla Thornton. If you have any questions for KT, please use the raise your hand feature, and we're going to go in the order that the questions are received. First, we're going to go to Dorothy Gentry. Dorothy, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Kayla. Thanks for your time. I love your shirt, by the way. Tonight, the defense, kind of had to carry the load until you guys can get the offense kind of cranking. How do you flip that and ensure the offense is on fire from tip on Saturday?
We just have to come in a little bit more focused. I think Minnesota did a good job with their game plan. We just have to adjust to some certain things. As far as us, they kind of took us out of some things. And, like Coach BJ always says, when a team takes you out of something, there's always something else that we can go to. So we have to recognize that early and attack that.
At halftime, can you kind of tell me what halftime was about? What did you guys talk about in the locker room to where you came out third quarter and started kind of closing the gap some?
I think, sense of urgency. Mm-hmm. We couldn't let this team get too far ahead. They're a good team, not their record doesn't show it, but they are a good veteran team. Mm-hmm. And we just had to come out and punch first. I think Rika did a good job with getting mm-hmm. going. That kind of got us, the energy and stuff like that. So we have to bring that to our first quarter.
Thank you. Thank you, Kayla.
Thank you very much, Dorothy. Next, we are going to go to Ariana Vedia. Ariana, go ahead and ask your question.
Kayla, as a veteran, how do you kind of talk your team through these moments, or, especially in that third quarter?
We just have to stay together. We have to learn that when certain things are not falling as far as like our offense, our defense should never lack. And I have to keep preaching to them and letting them know that there's other things you can do to the game to have an impact. When one thing is not working, try to find something else. Try to get something else going. So I just kind of just encourage them that, and then just with myself, trying to do things just to kind of get different people going and stuff like that. So that's just basically it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions for Kayla? All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, KT. Hey, guys, we'll be right back with Arike Ogunbowale in just 1 minute. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for waiting, y'all. Next up, we are joined by Wings guard Arike Ogunbowale. If you have any questions for Arike, please use the raise your hand feature, and we are going to go in the order the questions are received. First, we're going to go to Dorothy Gentry. Dorothy, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Arike. Thanks for your time. Tonight, the defense had to kind of carry the load until you all could get the offense cranking. How do you flip that and ensure the offense is on fire from the tip come Saturday?
Yeah, we just need to come out more aggressive. That's the benefit of this little bubble game. You play the same team in 48 hours. So you know what you need to work on, what you need to fix. So we just got to come out, strong and execute better.
What happened during halftime, Arike, to help you kind of find your rhythm during the third quarter and then start closing that gap?
I don't think anything happened. I'm always ready no matter what happens, even if the first 20 minutes didn't go, well, I'm always going to be ready to finish the game.
Can you talk a little bit about Alicia? She got the ball in her hands a little bit more tonight. She was opening up the offense, and kind of helping on the defensive end too. So talk a little bit about, her role in the game tonight.
She played well. She's getting her confidence back. She's handling the ball well, so she has some good minutes for us.
You have 48 hours before the next game with this same team. What's your mindset moving forward in practice and then coming out Saturday?
Yeah, we need to come out, be a better team. We didn't, like I said, we didn't execute right, and they were pressuring a lot, and we just let them do that and didn't really change anything. So we have to make an adjustments and come out better on Saturday.
Okay, thank you, Arike.
No problem.
Next up, we're going to go to Ariana Vedia. Ariana, go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, Enrique. So Minnesota was kind of heavy on, the starters tonight. I was talking to Muffet McGraw earlier this week, and she described you and Marina as sisters. In a game like this where, Marina's being held scoreless after, big season before, how do you encourage her as, sisters?
Yeah, this is basketball. It's up and down. Everybody doesn't have their best game every night, and it's about team and people to step up and help somebody like Marina. If she's not scoring, we got to step up and get scoring from other people. But she's a killer. She's gonna be able to bounce back. She's a scorer. She has a scorer mentality. So I don't think it'll phase her. On Saturday she's gonna come out aggressive and be ready to play better next game.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ariana. Do we have any other questions for Arike? All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Arike. Thanks for joining us, y'all. We are going to be right back here for another game day on Saturday. Remember, head coach Vicki Johnson will be an hour before tip. That is 6 p.m. Central. And then we will have post-game media after. Stay tuned. You also may have media availability tomorrow. It's usually going to be around 2:15 Central. That time is subject to change as we got to.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.